Hi everybody! Today in this short tutorial I want to show you quick and easy solution how to make an object follow a path or curve as you prefer to say. So as you can see here in this scene, we have some curve, some cube and some geometry nodes that will allow us to move our cube along this curve path. We have, of course, object info of this cube, of this spiral. We have cube object info, this cube. We have some sample curve node, transform geometry, and align Euler to vector. And this is it. This is all nodes we will need to complete this follow the path object tutorial. And an important parameter that we will use is a factor in sample curves. So as you see here, if I will change this factor, and the object, the cube object, will move along our path, our curve. Okay. As you can see here, I enabled normals of the our curve path, and this is made here. You can change the width of these normals, okay, and these normals show us the direction of the curve. So you can see in which direction the cube will move. Okay, and as I will show you, if I will move one of these vertices, for example, maybe here and maybe a little bit up, you can see this direction is dynamically changed. Okay, maybe this one also. The direction is changed. So now the cube will follow the change direction of our curve. This is just to show you how the direction of the curve affects our cube. Okay, let's Ctrl Z to undo this changes. Okay, and sample curve, the most important thing in this tutorial for us is tangent, which is basically the direction of the information about direction of our curve, and this tangent parameter is plugged into the vector slot of Align Euler to vector. And Align Euler to vector node just simply rotates an object into the given direction, and this given direction is we will get this information from tangent of our sample curve node, and then this information is transmitted to the rotation of our transform geometry node, and the position of our cube is based on the position parameter of our sample curve. So this is a really simple setup for this tutorial for achieving following the path of the object. Okay, and maybe now if I will move a little bit this curve, and maybe we'll create another curve. So Shift A, curve, maybe some Bezier curve. Okay, let's move it a little bit, maybe here. Okay, and we have information about our Bezier and our collection Bezier curve. So we can move it to our geometry nodes, okay, and we will replace our spiral with a Bezier curve, simply just that. So geometry to curve and rotation to rotation. Okay, so now our cube will move along this new Bezier curve. Okay, let's check it. Okay, and this is moving along our Bezier curve. Let's back to our spiral. Okay, geometry and rotation. Okay, let's move to the basic position, default. Okay, this is our spiral. And now this one thing we can do, we can join our geometry to see our spirals. So Shift A, join geometry. Can place it here. Okay, let's place this this slot. Okay, geometry to this slot. Okay, and geometry to the output. Okay, and now we can see our spiral object. So the factor, okay, we're changing the factor and the object is moving along the path. But if the rotation of this cube is set to auto, if we will change the pivot to, for example, Z, you can see now the rotation of our cube will be only on the Z pivot. So if I will change this factor, so it's now like maybe elevator. It's only it's moving. The rotation is still, and it's moving, of course, along the path, but only the Z pivot is affected. If I will change this to maybe Y, okay, you will see that the rotation is changing only on the Y pivot of this cube object. And again, if I will change to the X, it will be changing only in X axis. So if you want to make something like elevator, you will choose Z pivot and it will be moving only in this direction. And we want all this pivot to be affected, we will choose auto. Okay, and then the object is along the path, moving in using all pivot axes. And if we will change this rotation axis, it will only affect our cube. So as you can see, it affects only the cube. Okay, why? But the rotation is also changing with pivot set to auto. But the main axis which will be affected during this rotation is Y, and here the main axis will be X, as you can see now. Okay, and if I will again go to the edit mode of this spiral, you can see this direction. So once again, this is now only affecting the X axis of this object using the information from our spiral tangent. Okay, let's tab out. Let's change to our Bezier curve. Object here, curve geometry to curve. Okay, rotation here, and geometry. Let's unplug this from here, from this joint geometry slot. Okay, and plug this geometry to this slot. Okay, and now in tab edit, go to the edit, we can see the direction of our Bezier curve. So when we will be moving along our path, we're using this factor, it will be moving in this direction from 0 to 1. This is the direction of the Bezier curve. Okay. Okay, let's create another path. Maybe this time a circle. Tab out and Shift A, curve, circle. Okay, let's move it a little bit here. Okay, we have information in our collection of Bezier circle, and we can move this object to our geometry nodes and replace our Bezier curve with circle. So geometry to curve, rotation here. Okay, unplug this from joint geometry because we don't need this on our scene, and plug geometry to joint geometry, that we could see how this affects. Okay, let's go to the tab edit mode of the curve circle, and as we can see, we can see direction of our circle path curve. Okay, so now when we will be changing this factor from 0 point to the 1, it will be moving across along this circle path. So this is just a simple, quick tutorial about moving along a path. If we will change the rotation axis to, for example, Z, and now moving along the path, it will be rotating all pivot points along a path, of course. But if we will change this pivot to Z, okay, now only Z pivot is affecting. And because this circle is two-dimensional only, we will not see the changes, the same changes if we can see in this spiral affecting, giving us more information about three-dimensional curve. So once again, using this sample curve node, we get information from this curve we created about tangent, about position, and in this tutorial, these two parameters are most important for us. And then we use the information about direction to plug to the Align Euler to vector and use it as information about rotation. The position affects our translation in this node transform geometry, which allow us to move our object along this created path. Okay, and Y. Okay, we are just affecting different axis, in this case Y axis of our object, X, y, and z. Okay. So those are all geometry nodes we use in this example. Have fun and make some creations using this tutorial, this knowledge. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you like it. Happy blendering and see you next tutorial. Bye.